didn't catch up with the speed of the next person. Yeah. But by the fact that you did not catch up with the speed of other person does not mean that you're behind. Okay. I don't want to use motivational quotes and the rest, but I'm telling you for a fact, it doesn't mean that you're behind. What you can do is try to meet up. And what I mean by try to meet up is learning in public. Now we are learning in public, we are not learning privately. We're learning in public, that is why you are here, that is why I'm here. That's why we can ask each other questions. But if you have something to ask or where you are stuck, trust me, if you are stuck somewhere today, just like Amati said now that you're stuck, all right. One, in fact, two big mistakes you will make is number one, want to resolve it there. Like you want to do it until you resolve it. That is one mistake. The second mistake you make is to abandon it. Once you abandon it, trust me, you come to class, you receive another assignment, and the next assignment you're going to receive or the next class will be rooted into the water place that you are stuck. You understand? Which is why you should always try to unstuck yourself before the next class. You get unstuck yourself, try to catch it up before the next class. Right? We all have different assimilation speeds. We all have different understanding rates and all that. And like I said, nobody is better than the next. Nobody is bigger than the next. Nobody is better than the next. Everybody here, we are all equal. Besides, as funny as it could sound, somebody that paid higher may not even understand it like someone that paid lower. Now, what I mean is, you know that the standard price is 50,000, right? That's what I mean. Now, at a point, especially at the beginning, I get promo. There was a day on TikTok. The first day I got 100,000 likes on TikTok, I gave discount to everybody. Understand now? So don't feel like okay, maybe somebody is higher. No, someone might even pay 300,000 for VIP while you understand it better than yourself. Like I have a set of VIPs that feel like okay, that I am giving more of my time to the general class, that the general class are more special to me. Understand? Now that is how they feel because they feel that you people are understanding you better than them. But I am actually giving them more time because I take it, the information I load on you people a day, I'm not even loading it on them a day. Understand? Because I take it gradually with them. You understand? So, what am I saying, Nelson? That way you will feel that somebody is doing better than you. Another person is also feeling that you are doing better than them. But how do you overcome that? Just know that you are doing well at your own pace. You are doing well at your own pace. Don't make that mistake of trying to compete with somebody else. And in this class, I will never compare you to somebody or compare somebody to you. No. You understand? So your own pace is normal. Your own pace is okay. You must not catch it immediately as I am teaching it in class. But what matters is even if you don't catch it, try and practice on your own so you'll be able to catch up. You'll be able to meet up, you'll be able to understand it. And this is one thing that happens with N8N. Fact, there are some things you will not understand within these 6 weeks of this class. I mean, there are some things you will not understand within these 6 weeks of this class. Even the week one, there are some things you will not understand in that week one until maybe you say 3 weeks. 3 weeks practicing. That's when you will now understand what happened in the week one class. True, of course. Have you guys noticed it? Has anybody here experienced what I'm saying? There are some things you will not understand now. You will get past it. But when you now get into other things later, that is when you now come, your mind will now bring you back to, oh, this is what happened that time.
Sorry,
Understand?
I started understanding what they taught me in the secondary school and university.
Your case is different.
I'm telling
So it's possible and it sometimes it happens. Understand? So what I'm trying to say in essence is feel free, have your own pace. Don't pressure yourself. Don't compete with somebody else. You understand? Do not compete with somebody else. Right? And don't feel like you're behind. And rather, like I always tell you, instead of feeling frustrated, instead of feeling like, this thing is not working, a node or two a day is better than 10 hours video. I'm still waiting for someone to come and prove me wrong in this everywhere. Connecting one node or two a day is way better than watching 10 hours. Right? At that your free time, connect one, even if it errors out, connect it. If there is an error, read that error. All right. It is way better than having watched 10 hours of video. Now, those who received free um, N8N hosting, I will need one person to share your screen. Let us start from there. Because see all these things we are doing that you will integrate Google, integrate this easily. It is not the same thing with that one. So I will need one person to share your screen. Let me show you how to do it so that everybody here will follow. Then when you have things like that, you know that okay, this is the easy way for you to in fact not the easy way, but there's no easy way out. The only easy way out is what I told you about CURL. I told you that 70% of the problem is solved if you have CURL. Even when you don't know how CURL, you can use ChatGPT, copy that thing, put it in ChatGPT, tell it to develop CURL for a certain platform. It will do it for you, then take it and go and post. Right? So today we are continuing on the AI agent use cases, right? AI agent use cases. Where did we stop last time? While I'm waiting for somebody who who got anybody who got free hosting. While I'm waiting for one of them, where did we stop last time? Someone should refresh us our memory. Where did we stop? Nobody remember.
Last class we were just doing recap.
No,
Everybody
I
was
mean, I
presenting.
mean where we stopped. I did not say last class. Where we
Oh,
stopped.
where we stopped.
Yeah.
Then I believe it was that AI system that we chatbots, Telegram chatbots, and then the one that we could also copy the link and paste in our URL. So chatbot basically.
Okay. Is that where we stopped, everybody? Everybody, is that where we stopped?
Sir, we have not done speaking AI agent though.
Who asked? You mean voice call?
Yes, sir.
If we
And
jump on
there's this one, the chatbot that we can be able to speak to.
the chatbot you can be able to speak to, that is through your, what is it called? Through your Telegram, right? That will mean
Yes.
now hold on. Like I said, there are 101 use cases. Sorry, there are millions of use cases. There are over 8,000 templates on N8N. That doesn't mean I will take all of them. Do you understand? I have introduced all the AI nodes to you and also told you about, I think showed, I showed a brief nodes interface on other nodes, right? All those other ones, those are the things you can now explore. Now, if I stay onto one aspect for as long as we are definitely not going to cover the next. All right. So what matters is learn how to build automations, learn how to build it, to think about it, which is what I am doing. Okay. So that when you are now faced with any use case, you will use your knowledge to fix it. Do you understand? If we want to build every use case, trust me, in the next 6 months, you are not done here. Because even as you go from here, you go to YouTube, you will see one use case or the other, you bring it and say, let's build it, and we are building it. We are not going to finish here in the next 6 months. Do you understand? Now, every AI node has its own function. Now, you want to build a voice one. Now, you will need the transcription node of OpenAI or Google Gemini. You plug it in so that it can transcribe the audio to text. Then you continue. It's the same thing. Do you understand? It's just the same thing. It's just that extra node that you place there to be able to transcribe it. Speech to text. SCT. Do you understand? Speech to text. You just transcribe it to text. Do you understand? If you also need text to speech, you transcribe from text to speech. Simple as that. It just take one node to put. The same mapping you're going to do. Every other thing they have. See, you know how to do mapping, you know how to do other things, right? You just place that node and map it. That is all. Do you understand? Is that clear? And the funny thing is, you may not actually get use cases where you have to build speech to text. Do you understand? Especially in this part of the world, because most times, except Google speech to text that tries to catch accurately. Okay, except Google speech that tries to catch our accent is different. So you may not get that most of the time. Let me show you what I mean. Let me share my screen. All right. So now, sorry. Can you see my screen? Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can see it, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I said, first of all, before I go there, I said anybody that receives the free 1 year hosting, share your screen so that I will show how to integrate apps. But nobody is sharing their screen, and some of them are here, but you're not sharing your screen. Tomorrow, do not get stuck, and you are telling me that you did not do your assignment because you did not know how to connect it. I will bite your head. Thank you, and God bless you. Okay, now, for instance, look at this. Now, this is a rack system, yeah? This is a rack system. This is one I finished this morning. Now, look at this. Look at it. If I want this to be, maybe this is Telegram. Let's assume this is Telegram. And I want this to be transcribable from Telegram on audio, right? And what do I have to do? I'll go to the AI node, all right? Which of them do I have to use? Is it OpenAI? I will take what? I will take transcribe. Can see it? You just take the transcribe. The source is audio. The resource is audio. You just take it, do what? Where that data is coming from, you put it. And it will transcribe it and output text. You mark in the next one. That is just it. Do you understand? Do you understand? Nancy?
Yes, sir, I understand, sir. Sir, there's this one that if you're speaking, the AI agent will be responding to you depending on the voice you pick.
That is 11 labs. You're talking about 11 labs.
Oh, okay. Do we have 11 labs here on N8N?
Check and see if we have it. Let me check 11. There's no 11. Let me check 11. 11 labs. Interact with 11 labs. So you have to install it. And if you want to transcribe audio, convert text to speech, delete a voice, create a voice. Now this is to interact inside 11 labs. But you now have to install this. You have to install the node. All right. So let me click on update. Now, what I'm going to tell you, is that use case that you want. Are you hearing me? Nancy,
Yes, sir.
that use case that you want, go and develop it. Go and build it. Okay? If you get stuck, tell me. Add
Okay,
into
sir.
workflow. And yeah. If you get stuck, you tell me. Result is voice, speech, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Go and build that use case that you want. All right?
Okay, sir.
And when you get stuck, let me know. That is how you learn. Victor has done it. He did something I did not teach. And when he needed clarification, also, I think he asked me also. All right. That is the way you learn better. Okay, so here I'm going to do something here. This is where we stopped the last time with two. Today is with 3 day what? Okay. Today is with 2 day what? Okay, with 3 day three, okay. Okay, I think this is the last class we had, right? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This is
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So apparently this is supposed to be with 3 day one actually. With 3 day one, now with 2 day three. Okay. So here, this is the last class we had, all right, where we showed how the essence of the merge and all this and all this. So far, you've been able to do what? You've been able to know the usage of this and the usage of these core nodes inside AI scenarios. But now, do you only use AI agents in this scenario? The answer is no. You use it in several other scenarios. All right. Now, one of the scenario I'm going to go back. I am going to go back to other workflows, those old workflows we did without AI. You understand? I'm going to go back to them. And when I go back to it, especially that one that was plenty, that what is it called? That news workflow. Okay, so I will go back to it. So when I finish with it, I will now come and create another type of workflow, right? Now, why am I doing that? I'm doing that to show you that it is not only AI agents you can use this. And again, is this how you use your AI agents also matters. Do you understand? So one of the things I'm going to do first is let me okay. Sorry, before I do that, I'm going to use what I'm about to show now to clear a certain confusion. Where is that with 2 day one? Where is the 2 day? What did we do with 2 day one? What did we do on with two? Okay, yeah, this is it. So with two, they want, I'm going to, okay, however, I've already done it here. I've already done it here, right? Cool. But then I want to go back to the email, that lead form we did. The lead form we did and all that. Okay, I want to go back to there with 2D2. Let me check with 2D2. What did we do with 2D2? No? Okay, fine. I see one of the essence of naming. Week 1, day 3. Week 1, day 3. Week 1, day 3. Yeah, good. Here, look at this. Look at this. In a situation like this, if you don't want to use email to write, so if you don't want to write these emails manually, how do we do it? To put your AI agent. Abi? So here, I'm going to disconnect this. I'm going to disconnect this and keep it separate. This, I'm going to keep this. Okay. But what I'm going to use to send this is a HTML from the AI agent. Do you understand? HTML from the AI agent. So here I am going to, what am I using? Please, I need us to be very conversational right now. Okay. What did we use to score this? What was the scoring matrix here? Satisfied. Okay. If it is equal to satisfied, which means it is true. So right now it's going to go on false. So I am going to now here. I'm going to come here instead of going to fill the form afresh. I'm going to come here and delete this. I hope you guys know what I did. I think I've shown this in the class already. Now let me, yeah, it has gone through this side, right? Okay, good. But I want to use AI to write this email so that the email can be dynamic and we speak directly to each person's problem. Do you understand? What do I now have to do? I will come here and I will add the AI agent. I'll add the AI agent. Those days, I will tell you people that some of these workflows will come back to them so that you understand that, yes, we did manual workflows, which are cheaper to run. Manual workflows are cheaper to run and are more stable to run. They are cheaper and more stable to run. Do you understand? Cheaper and more stable to run. Okay. Now, why do I say they are cheaper and more stable to run? They are cheaper because you do not have to spend tokens running them. That is number one. Number two, they are more stable because they do not rely on service API. Like OpenAI can have a downtime, or an output from OpenAI or an output from your AI might mess your workflow up. Do you understand? Sometimes even when you use an output parser, I don't know if any of you have experienced that. Even when you use the output parser, you find out that you're doing something, but the output parser is breaking, telling you it is the wrong output. But why? Do you understand? So they are cheaper and much more stable to run. But then in a case where you need to use your AI agent, now this is the AI agent to write the email. Okay, this is the AI agent. All right. So here, sorry, before I go into that, let me also tell you that aside using this AI agent, you can also use this here. Want to get let me use Gemini. Let me use Gemini. I also use your message model, right? You can use message a model. Look at message a model here. can use messaging model, right? But now the difference is that let me check if they have added something there. There is no output parser yet. There's no output parser in messaging model. That's the difference. So you can use messaging model, but when you're using messaging model, take note of these things. Unlike your AI agent, you can include an output parser, and your output parser is going to separate the subject and the text. And your AI agent, what you have is sort for input. Do you understand? And every other thing is straightforward. Now here, let me use 2.5 flash. Okay. Now here, the prompt. Here now, the prompt here will now be what? You can decide to. Okay. Now see, in messaging model, there are two prompts, just like your AI agent. Here, you can add a message and give it a role. The role, you either give it a user or model. Now, user is that message that is coming. That incoming message. Just like your AI agent here, you have user message. Then you now go to add options and add whatever, right? Now, this is the same thing here. Here is user prompt, or this is the prompt, and this is the personality. Sorry, how you want it to stand. Do you want it to stand as the user, or do you want it to stand as a model? Now, the difference is that the model is that prompt, that area you will prompt it to say, do this, and do that. You understand? But here, let us use user here, and we use prompt, and we use prompt. So here, in messaging model, let's just say it, are you are an email expert for Ultima Spark. Your task your task is to read, digest, and understand the customer the customer's messages, emotions, and write an email directly speaking to their details and satisfact or the details and feedback of service. All right, service. Now let me not prompt this much. Let me come here and say, customer name. I drag and put, you can see it's the same thing, customer name, customer feedback. The customer, okay, more details from customer, more details from customer. We talk too much, Jerry. All right. Then I give it instructions and say here, remember you add your markdown instruction and say one, strictly, let me do this, output the email subject and body differently Currently in array, no explanation, but it's not going to put in array actually. Let me leave this. No explanation. Now let me execute. Let me update and execute. Now this is directly using Google Gemini, so I don't need to add another model to it. You can see. Look at this. Do you understand? You see what he did here? Look at this. So why am I showing this? I did not add any model here. Now if I add this tool, let me see if I can add what's it called? Output parser. There's no output parser, right? Now that's put in array, right? That's no problem. But is there a way I can separate this subject and this body? Remember that in AI agents, you can separate the subject and the body, right? But here we cannot separate that because there is no output parser. Okay, now let me say output content as JSON. Let's see what it's going to do. I put the content as JSON. You can see it has outputted the content as JSON, but it's coming like this because I told it to output in array. So let me turn off, let me remove the array. Let me remove the array. You understand? So let's see what it's going to produce. That's in my unit test. Okay, good. Okay, see, I put the same thing, but then this is what I need here. Now there is no subject. I turn off this. I turn off this. Okay, now built into, are there built into code execution? Look, I don't need code execution because this I'm not writing code. Okay? Simplified, I turned off simplify and it brought all these cool details out. Okay. Now add option. Are there things I need to add here? Okay. Let me add something here. This is system message. All right, this is system message, which is that which is the same thing as adding a message here and adding a model. This and this are just like the same thing. You understand? So leave it. But the key thing I want to show you here is here. This is subject. This is body. So how do we do it? All right. It now means that we need to use the code node to split the subject and the body. Now, do you guys now understand why I use AI agents to write my email? Ordinarily, this one is a text-based node. Okay, it will write the email for you correctly, but you cannot split it. Right? You cannot split it. So I will now have to use the code node, and so I will now have to use the code node to split the subject and the body, which means adding an extra node here. I've already shown you how to use the code node, right? Adding an extra node here, putting code node here, it splits the body and the subject. Do you guys understand? Now I will send. Do you guys understand? Does anybody listen to me at all? Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Oh, please help us to hold your mic to the front.
Oh, it's not. You're not hearing me well.
So it's just cracking a bit.
All right. Okay. So that is the basic difference. So whenever you are faced with working with this, it must not be Google Gemini. Even OpenAI has it. Let me show you, OpenAI has it. So whenever you're faced with working with message a model, whether Gemini or OpenAI, look at it here, message a model. And whenever you're working with it, you always have to do what? Put these things into cognizance. All right. So let me remove this now. Let me remove this. I remove this. Then I put this AI agent. Remember what I said about the AI agent is like a master. All right. Now I put this AI agent. Now this is one of the use cases where you have to attach an output, direct output to AI agent. Okay, because whatever it produces has to be sent as an output to the next node. Okay, so here I'm now going to put the open router. I'm going to put the open router here, choose the correct account here. Then here, I will now change this to define below and go to the expression.
Hello, sir. Are you recording this thing?
Yes, I'm recording. It's recording. Okay, so here I would now have to let me put this here and see if it can take. I think I have to get the other kind of headset. Okay. Yeah, now I have to put this. Let me say you are an email expert. Your task is to read, digest, and deeply understand the customer's feedback. Okay, feedback, and then write and then write an email speaking directly to them and assuring them of best services. You can now go ahead to tell it feedback is if feedback is I said feedback. If feedback is positive, assure them of continued best service, best service delivery. Then, if feedback is not satisfied, assure them of improved service delivery. Do you understand? Is satisfied. Do you understand? Okay. But then remember that in all you're doing, you're going to always add the knowledge base where applicable. Do you understand? Then I'll now say customer name, customer name, customer feedback, right then customer more details from customer. All right. Then what do I have to do? I'll have to drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop. Okay. Then I'll say, remember instructions. Okay, number one is always strictly, always quickly output email and body, no explanation. Number two instruction is always mention the customer's name and speak directly to their and speak directly to their feedback and more details. Do you understand? So let's use this and see what we are going to get. Okay, now look at this. Without the output parser, you can see it's saying subject, thank you, which is the same thing the other one said. But how do we now make it best? By turning on this require output format. When we turn it on, we come here and put structured output parser. Now, this structured output parser is going to enable the AI agent to output those things. Now, listen. Even sometimes when you tell the AI agent, always output email subject and body. Without a structured output parser, sometimes it can sleep. It may not produce subject and body. It might just produce everything at once. But with structured output parser, whenever you want it to produce specific thing, that is where you now need structured output parser. So in essence, your structured output parser, look at it here, is what guides your AI agent to output specific things you need and in the way you need them. Do you understand? How do you need them? How should they appear? What and what do you need it to output? Do you understand? Now, in this structured output parser, whatever you put here is whatever is going to appear. So here, I'm going to, now, for email, a way to just make it very easy for yourself is, see all these things that are here, don't get yourself confused with them. Just come here, clean this for email. Remove that command here, come here, remove this, remove that big bracket here. Can see? All right. Then here in this state, remove it and put subject. All right. Then inside this California, delete the California. Ensure that you're not deleting all those colons, command, all those things. Okay. Then you type again subject. Okay. Those that into coding know best what I'm doing here. Then here in this city, delete the city and write email body. Then inside here, remove it, delete it and write email body. Now, what I've done here, it is telling the AI agent that you are putting subjects separately as a different output and you are putting email body separately as a different output. Right? So let us see how that happens. I'm going to open it for you to see. Now, look at this. It has only one output, subject, and it has only one output, both the subject and the email, they're all together, right? But because I've put structural output parser, when I turn it on, look at what is going to happen now. Right? Its subject is now different, email body is different. My work has been simplified. Do you understand? My work has been made easy. Okay. Now, how about the situation? Okay, fine. Let me go to the email here. Let me go to the email. So, who am I sending it to? I will remove this and I'll come from here. I'll pick the email address. However, the best practice is this. Add an edit field here. Let me just do, but I'm not supposed to be confiding with this part, but by now, Have you people eating it? Have people used Easter rice to eat it up? Have you used Easter rice to eat it up? So I'm going to map subject here. Those details I need. I'm going to map body. Then I'll come here and pick email address. These are the only things I need here, right? Okay. So these are the only things I need here because the AI agent has. But if you now want, and anyway, that's the only thing I need. I don't need any other thing. So here in the email now, look at this in the email, right? I now have here. Let me remove this. I will now take the email address from the edit field. I will now take the email subject as produced by the AI agent. You can see where AI agent is good, right? Thank you for your feedback. That's it. The AI agent knows what to write, but you can guide it. Now you can give it a template. In fact, the best practice is you giving it a template. You understand? Then another thing you have to take notice is here, you're going to use plain text. Okay, you're going to use plain text because the AI agent is going to put plain text to us, right? So I'll put this, instead of writing this email manually, I'm going to now drag the email body and put into the message, right? And I execute. Now, when I execute, let me go to my inbox and check. Let me go to my inbox and check how it will come in. You see a well-written email by the AI agent. Those of you that filled my form, that form was written by me. Yeah, good. Look at it. Dear 2%, thank you for sharing your feedback with us. We are glad to hear that you are satisfied with our services. We truly appreciate your honesty, and also noted your comments about talking too much, Jare. You understand? About us talking too much, Jare. Your feedback is invaluable, and we want to assure you of our continued commitment to providing you with best possible service. We will strive to keep our communication clear and effective, ensuring it adds value to your experience with us. Please feel free to reach out anytime with further suggestions or thoughts. But look at this. Now, these are those areas that I say that you must feed your AI agent while writing email. You must give it details to work with. I never told it to close with anything. Now look at it. It's not close with anything. Okay. So if I come here into that prompt, I can go into that prompt now. I'm going into that prompt and tell it number 3 instruction. Yes, number 3. Okay, I'll give it to number 3, or I go and add it as a closing. So that I'll say always close with. Always close with warm regards. Warm regards. Chief from Ultima Spark. Do you understand? Now let us see. Okay, let me just let me pin this here. In fact, let me just do it. So let me run it end to end now. I'm going to run it end to end. Okay, the end to end I'm going to run in 30. It's writing the email and it has sent the email, right? So I said it used the output pattern to write the email. So let's go on here and see. That thing I put, can you see it? 1 megabyte chief from Ultima Spark. So now if you intend for it to use other details, you also tell it to use other details. Okay? But now, how about the situation where we want it to use? How about a situation where we want it to use HTML? How about if we want it to use HTML? What do we do? What do we do? So I'm going to now go to, there are two ways. One is giving it a static HTML that you should always fire and maybe change one or two things. Then another one is to give it an HTML format that you should, but now I'm going to use HTML format that you're going to use. You understand? So here I'm going to say, see this code that you're seeing here, we are going to get to it on maybe 4 days, 3 days to finishing class. We'll get to this one. Okay, so now I'm going to give it, I'm going to tell it to give me HTML. Give me HTML email format, for AI agents in N8N. Colors, blue, text is what? Let me use is Amachi here? But Amachi say have Amachi, your best color is black, Abby. I want to use who has Nancy, what's your best color?
Red.
Is that why you're using red GP? Hmm? Okay, so I'm going to now put this. Okay, good. Look at this, yeah. It has done something I did not want here. Okay, so I'm going to give it this is an empty HTML, just a type, no data, HTML, HTML structure to be filled in by the AI agents. I know why I'm doing this, right? Do not enter any static writing. Okay. But it's using from the former chart I had with it. Okay, so it has given plain reusable one, right? Good. So I'm going to now copy it. This is now a plain empty HTML. I'm going to copy it and I'll come here inside the AI agent. I'll go inside the AI agent and I'll number 4 instruction will be always strictly use the HTML structure below.
A little question, please.
Yeah, go ahead. Then I'll come here and say,
Does the use of capital letter, like the one you use on Strictly, make it more
yes,
strict?
yes. It has an effect. Yeah, it has an effect.
Mm-hmm.
That means you are forcing it to.
Okay.
Understand? Yeah. You are giving it a hard command. So it is generating this now. And then look at what's going to happen. I've not changed the email to HTML, but look at what's going to happen. I've not changed the email to HTML. It's still on plain text. All right. Look at this. You can see here. I've not changed the email to HTML. So what happened? It came in scattered. So I'm going to go to the email to change it to HTML. I just gave it an empty HTML, a reusable HTML, right? So here, I'm going to change it to HTML and I will now fire. When I fire, let us now see what is going to come. Let's see what's going to come. Yeah, look at it. See? So the AI agent, the AI will be determining what it will put inside. You can make your own better. See, thank you for your feedback. It will determine what it's going to slot into here, which is why it is a reusable HTML. So you can design your HTML to be very sweet, very nice. Okay, so I designed it HTML to look like my face, to look like me. Understand? So you can see there, total person, we truly appreciate your feedback and glad to hear that it's a service. We noted your comments, we talked too much with a smile and we take it in good spirit as we continue to engage you effectively. We assure you of our continued commitment to delivering the best service experience. Do you understand? Visit our website. If there is any link, you can tell it to have a clickable link and all that. All right? That is it. So this is how to use the HTML inside the AI agent. I think this is one of the simplest things you can do. Is it difficult? I believe not. Now, in a situation whereby, let me tell you, in a situation, in the research, you should be having this one have its own agent, you have this one have its own agent. But in a situation where you need to combine them, it was why I added something here. And that thing I added was, if not satisfied. Do you remember when I added if not satisfied? If the feedback is not satisfied, assure them, right? So I'm going to read this first. I made them to have one AI agent. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this here. Maybe I put this here. Okay. But like I said, the best practice is to do what? Make them have different ones. But in a situation where I need to make them have the same one. Okay. So here, I'm going to now make, let's see how that is going to work. Let's see how that is going to work. And I'll come here to pick this not satisfied. So now to pick it and edit it here. And okay. So I'm just going to add N8N not satisfied. So here, okay, it has gone through this side. So let us see. Good. More details from customer. More details from customer. There is it. Yeah, it's showing like this because I need to put an edit field or even merge. Remember I talked about merging? You guys remember merging? You guys remember merging?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay. So here, I'm going to trace this. Why did we have? Oh, okay. I use the spreadsheet. More details. Capital letter. One has capital letter. One has small letter. So now, if I merge it, the best practice is to merge it, but I'm not going to do it here. But the best practice, like I said, is to merge. All right. So when you merge and what? Please, I do not want to see anybody doing this direct linking here. Please merge it. Merge it. If I merge it, merge. Okay. So I'm going to. So let's see if he's still going to produce the same kind of his email. Yeah, good. Look at this. Look at this. So why did this happen? It happened because there is no match. right? It happened because there is no merge. Now, in a situation where I want them to pass through, remember what merge does. These are instances where you have issue if you don't merge. Now, had it been I merge them here, both of them will be coming as one output, one input, one output. Do you understand? But there is no merge here. So this guy here now, why it broke is because it's looking for this particular node. It's looking for this particular node. Store positive feedback. So since the data is not coming from store positive feedback, the data is coming from store negative feedback. So it broke. Do you understand? It broke because that is not where the data is coming from. And you cannot use it inside the email node because the email node is still going to be looking for the data from store positive feedback or from here. Okay, so how do we fix that? We merge. Okay, so you see all those things that we did in the lab classes that you may feel that, oh, okay, when we enter AI agent, all those things, your things will be wiped away. No, your things are not wiped away. Your things, they're not wiped away. Even if they are supposed to be wiped away, me, I'll go and revise it. I will revise it and tell you that no. Right, so you match. You have an edit field and you match. You understand? So that detail that we need here, that detail that we need, okay? So let's use match here. That is because we want them to be into one field. But if we do not want them to be into one field, into one input, we can. We don't need all this match. We just simply duplicate the AI agent. Do you understand? Do you people understand?
Yes, sir. We are following, sir.
It's not about following. As you're following, you understand them.
No, we don't understand anything there.
Okay. So how will you understand when you're listening to Nigerian news?
I'm not listening to Nigerian news. Oh. Ekpamio.
But Nigerian news is playing at your background.
No, it's Kingsley, it's not me.
Okay. Anybody that's playing Nigerian news, you're not supposed to understand. So I'll put this here. Okay. So this is not just the retailer. This is not just the only thing I need. Okay. Number one, open up. I need not satisfied. I need this here, and I need customer name. Do you understand? And I'm going to execute. To make life easier for myself, I'm just going to delete this and duplicate this. All right. But guess what? I'm not actually expecting this part to still be difficult for everyone right now. Okay, because I feel you should have. So here will come out as here can come out as append. Okay, or let me use the append. But let me use combine. You should have different names, no problem. If you choose one, or let me use, okay. So this is actually, so append is supposed to work, but because I don't have test data on the other one, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, let me check this. Yeah, you see, it's not allowing data to flow. So append one after the other. So here, it's not allowing this data to flow. So let me pin this here.
I think it is from the edit field.
Let me check. Let me check. No. It's not. It's not. It's not the editor. It's because there's no data. It's in. I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this to satisfied. I'm going to change this to satisfied so that data can actually flow. I see that data has flown, right? But what went through is okay, yeah, good. Now this is more details. More details. I will now have to check why that more details is failing. Right? If they have different spellings here, look at it, more details. So this has capital letter while the other one has small letter. Right. So yeah, that's good. So I'm going to pin this here and pin this here while I go here because I want you to hey, jeez. I want you to show us the unsatisfied. So that's the unsatisfied that we are working on, right? I want you to show us the not satisfied. Like I always say, as an automation engineer, expert or specialist, no matter the one you want to be, always, 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 always be patient. It's very important that you're patient. Let me look. It's very important that you're patient. Don't feel like you've done this before, you're tired, you cannot do it. You are not someone like I'm actually feel like that a lot of time. I've done this before. How will I go back now? I believe Coach B feels like that too. Okay, so let's see where it's going to break. Oh yeah, I'm expecting it to break here. Now, I'm expecting it to break here because I cannot read the null. I'm expecting it to break here because the email address, okay, the email address was not mapped. I'm going to now map the email address from the merge node. Now, I'm no longer mapping from this other side. I'm now going to map from the merge node. You understand? So that any email address that comes out of the merge, that is what is going to flow. And then, even inside the AI agent, I'm going to map inside the AI agent from the merge node now. No longer, okay, I'm going to map from the merge node. More details, merge from the merge. So that anything that comes out from here, that is what, how it's going to. Sorry. You're too quiet today. What happened? Do you people need break? Is it too much? You need break? So here, yeah, I'm looking here, exactly. So let's try again and see where the problem would be, or if it flows correctly. Remember, do not assume in the recent I should go back and check. Now this is for not satisfied, right? Now I have corrected everything, so I've now made it that okay, these two things will come in as one and go into the AI agent, which you should always do. All right, so let me go here and check. Okay, so we hear you, you're connected to your experience. Here we see we have received the feedback and noted your comment. All right, we sincerely apologize for our communication have felt overwhelming or excessive. Please rest assured that we are committed to improving our service delivery to better match your preferences and expectations. We truly value your input with it. The experience with us is very important and want it to be better. All right, so this is it. One regard, please. You can always change all these things, make them better. All right, so that is it. So let's see the other ones. We have a new positive feedback. This is the other node, right? This is the other. Now, how do you now correct this? How do you now correct this? Now, this is when you merge them, and you now have the notifier to the business owner. How do you now merge them? Do you understand? So that means that you're going to now change the dynamic data. Instead of having dynamic data, then you can now say we have a new feedback. Okay, we have a new feedback. Then here you can choose to map from the merge. Okay. I choose to map from the merge. So anything that passes through the merge is what goes through, right? Then that's the name. The map from the name, right? And that is it. So now instead of saying we have a new positive feedback, you can also choose to map from the merge and say with our service. Okay. Okay, someone is, you understand? You understand what I did there? Someone is, so now this is notified to the business owner. So if I go to my email now, I see the notification to the business owner. Then that if someone is not satisfied, because so anything that passes through there, if what passes through there is satisfied, that means satisfied will come. Okay. But you always remember that the fact that you have done it and you went to does not mean that you are safe. You can also try again with something else, right? And boom, you are hitting error. Now, if you hit error, what would you now do? You try, iterate, correct it, and okay, now this satisfier has gone through, right? So it means that everything is going to work very fine. Since satisfier has gone through. So now, yeah, you see, the other one is someone is not satisfied, and if someone is satisfied, you have a new feedback satisfied name. Okay, so here, I think I made a mistake here. I mapped name to email. Here, so did I map name to email? Oh, okay. In the AI agent, I mapped name to the email. Yes, I mapped name to the email. That's why. Okay, and that should solve it. All right, and here, I can also map name to the email. Yeah, I'm not name to the email. Okay, so that is just it, all right? So we are done with this one. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions before you go into the next thing? Any questions? So let's see. I've opened everything and it flows, which means everything is good to go. Everything is good to go. Everything is very good to go. Yeah. Okay. Eyes on the blow.
Eh,
You know what? I'm going to give you 5 minutes to. I'm going to give you that 5 minutes, right? Before we come back, we'll now do something with text classifier. Okay, we'll do an email management system, right? So that we can use the text classifier Yes, let's say we can use text classifier and information extractor, any of them we can use, right? But we have to use those core email core nodes, those core AI nodes, right? We have to make use of all of them before the class finishes. Not today's class, but the entire class finish. Do you understand? So if you have a question, I will be listening to your question. And if I was too fast, tell me that I was too fast. I should reduce my speed. I'm going to reduce my speed. If you have a question, always ask questions. All right. So 5 minutes break so that you walk around and come around. Is that okay? Why are people quiet today? Who is breaking your heart? You see simple email writer that is breaking your heart. Now something is very obvious here. Something was very obvious. Which is one thing I would like you to learn from this class. Iteration. Iteration. Sometimes you're building something with something in mind. You've drawn your structure, you've done everything with something in mind, right? But that will not work like that. What you have to do is you go back and do some corrections. Do you guys understand? So for the fact that you're building something, and it doesn't work like that does not mean that, oh, you hit the wall. No, you don't hit any wall. You can always go back, correct, and try it again. And it will work. Am I communicating? Everybody won't hear me at all.
Yes, sir. We are hearing you, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Victor, what happened?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. We are understanding you, sir. You see this today.
I'm right. You've gone quiet. So what happened?
I go there, all right.
Yeah, all right. Already. TK, how's it going? Precious Achonia.
Sir,
How's it going?
I'm fine, sir.
This one, your voice is quiet today. What happened?
So I'm just trying to catch up.
Okay. Gabriel Afolabi, how are we coming?
We are pushing. Eyes don't blow small, but then
Okay.
just like Amarachi, I'll be okay.
So let me give you 5 minutes. So you can unblow your eyes, take a walk, take coffee. Then when we come back, we'll take we're coming back by 12 minutes past 12. So we'll come back. We'll now go into something afresh. Okay, so take a walk. What I did today was just to put AI agents into an already existing one, which may even made it seem much difficult, right? Made it look like complicated. Sometimes that is what you're going to inherit. You're going to inherit other people's workflows and you're going to work on them. Those days I'll be telling you that some of these workflows, we are coming back to them when we enter the AI. I will come back to them. You've seen how, right? You've seen that those workflows can stay on their own without AI. They can also use AI to work. You understand? So take you in 5 minutes, draft all your questions and let's go. Take a walk, drink coffee, drink pure water, especially. Hello, people. Are we back?
It remains 3 minutes. Oh. It remains 3 minutes.
It's remaining 3 minutes. Oh, yeah. I say 12, 12. Oh.
Actually, we had 12:15.
Okay.
We are back, so I'm just kidding.
Everybody that had 12:15, send me your house address. I'm delivering cotton wood to you. I'll be cutting board. So use and clean your ear. Okay. So, any questions on the former one? That is very explanatory, right? That's very explanatory. Okay. Now, how about a situation? Now, this is where you're going to get your assignment. How about a situation where someone needs you to view an email?
Sorry, sir. Your mic.
Okay, how about a situation where someone needs you to build an email manager? Okay, hold on. How about is it better now?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so how about a situation where someone wants you to build an email manager? Okay, you build an email manager, something that manages their email, but then this person, unlike a company, wants you to let the workflow, just like okay, sorry, hold on. Before I go into that, let me ask, has anybody here done virtual assistant, whether virtual assistant training or you've been a virtual assistant or you've been an executive assistant, any of them? Has anybody done it here? Anyone? Virtual assistants are the ones who are even making money in this economy 24/7. Nobody here, right? Okay. So, a situation where you are tasked with building a workflow that manages the email. One, not just manage the email, it has to get it has to get the email from your inbox. After getting the email from your inbox, it would do what? It would what's it called? Label the email. That is, organize the email, label them, right? After labeling them, draft the response. Now we are going to draft, we are not replying, but you can reply, okay? Then when it does that, there is an additional layer I would want you to use. One small additional layer. Okay. But for the fact that your eyes are getting blurry, I would skip that for now. Okay. But then, like I said, manage the email or read email, label the email, draft the response, or automatically reply. Anyone the person wants. Do you understand? How can we get that done? All right. So here we are going back here. We are going back there to now create a new workflow. We are going to create a new workflow. But before I create this new workflow, I would actually like to wake everybody up. So everybody unmute your mic. And if you hear your name, you just answer me. Akinyemi Ephraim. I need to hear your voice. Akinyemi Ephraim. Akinyemi Ephraim. Is he here? He's not here. Amachi Ofo. Are you still here? Amachi Ofo.
I'm here.
Barnabas Clinton. Barnabas Clinton. He's not here. Collins Java, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Confidence Uchechi, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Fatima Kasim, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Gabriel Afolabi, Fatima Kasim, your voice today is very, in fact, it's even duller than the last day. What happened? Gabriel, are you
I'm
here?
here. Yeah, I'm here.
Catchist or catchist? How do you pronounce this, your name? Is it catchist or catchist? Are you here? Okay, catchist is not here. Catchist is not here. Kiri and Bulem, I've not heard your voice today. What happened?
I do.
I don't blow, hair don't fool. Okay, calm down now. Use water for her. Nancy Uzochukwu. Yeah, what did you say, Kirian?
A lot is passing through me.
So I'm here, sir.
Okay, Olarinwaju Adeniji. Are you here?
Yes.
Okay. Precious. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
CK Takalani Necheviani Neshiava. Yeah, see and for CK. Let me just call it in short. CK, are you here?
Yes, I am. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you doing today? I hope you're following.
Yes, I'm following.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm on stage.
What?
I was greeting Takalani. She sounds like Indian.
She's not Indian. She is our South African sister. Victor Apexo, are you here with Chris? Are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Okay. So who just joined? All right. Prosper Endurance, you're coming late. Prosper,
Yes, sir. I've not been available for the past for a long time now.
what happened?
I'm going through some stuff, so
But you're not going through a lot.
I'm not going through a lot.
And a lot is not going through you.
Yes.
But you're just going through some stuff.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's get to it. So I'm going to share my screen now and we would continue. So we are going to build an email management system using a couple of other nodes. Even the AI agent, which is our master agent, we are going to use it. All right. So here, please, if I'm fast, let me know. I'm going to slow my pace very, very down. All right. And for those of you who have made it this far, kudos to you. Please keep practicing. It gets easier. As you guys can see, it keep getting easier and easier and easier as we go, right? Good. So here, we are going to build an AI agent, an email manager. Now, this is a simple structure of email manager. 10 persons can build email management workflows and they will be different. You understand? 10 persons can build email management workflows, they will be different. However, there's something I'm going to tell you. If you see any email management workflow from YouTube, you will know 101 of them are exactly the same. Okay? 101 of them are exactly the same. And they use AI agents to read the email, to understand the email, which to me is not very correct. Okay? So here, I'm going to show you one of the ways or one of the structures of email management. Now, you yourself, you can go devise your own, you get, but what matters is the logic. You're using the logic, you're using like this should work like this should work like that. Okay. So here, I'm going to use, so far we have used reply, we've used draft, right? Okay, we are going to do draft now. We're going to do draft now. So we've used sorry, we're going to do draft and reply now. So we'll be using send. But what about when we want to pick our email? How do you do it? When we want to get data from the email. Remember what I told you about get and post. So using our Gmail, mind you can use any other thing here. Okay? I'll use the Gmail trigger on message receipt. On message receipt simply means whenever a message is received into our inbox. One of our VIP students, when we practice email manager, and he built his own task. We are doing it, he was reading, right? After the class, like an hour later, he called me and said, that he just found out that all his email, any email that comes in, gets a reply. Then I asked him, did you turn it off? He said, no, he did not turn his workflow off. I said, okay, go and turn it off. That's it. Which means that email management started working. All right. So here, so assuming your client or your company or yourself or your business or anything, you receive a lot of emails, maybe customer complaint emails, inquiry emails, payment emails, booking emails, and all those things. Assuming you receive any of those emails, okay, and then you don't want to always go through the stress of typing to reply them. You want your AI agents or your clients want the AI agents to always reply them. Okay. The first thing you should do is number one, as an extra service, or like I will advise is first of all, go to your inbox. Go to your inbox. Do some kind of sanitization in your inbox. Okay? That is the first thing. Now, what do I mean by sanitization in your inbox? Is this this is definition. So kind of sanitization in your inbox is this. Number one. Okay. So sanitization in your inbox I mean is okay, look at this. All right. Look at this. 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 All right. Now, that sanitization in your inbox I mean is come here. Put label. Do you understand? That's what I was asking for. Personal assistance. Has anybody done virtual assistance, personal assistance, or executive assistance here? Even in your own personal inbox, I organize them. You organize your email. The kind of person that receives a whole lot of email, or you're running a business that receives emails a lot. What do you do? Organize them. Do you understand? Organize all of them. So I have label for booking, I have label for inquiries, I have label for jobs, I have label for payment, I have label for personal email. Okay? So now I'm going to just use one of them. Now this booking here, look at booking here is empty, and my inbox here, everything has been read. Okay, and my booking is empty. So I'm going to go to my inbox. Now, because it has been read, look at this Gmail. If I test event, it is not going to pick it. It's not going to pick anything because there is no new email here. Everything there is read. Like everything has been read, yeah? So, and one thing you should know is this. See this item here, simplify. Turn it off. Turn the simplify off. Okay? And when you turn the simplify off, it brings out full details in your email or your in that inbox that just hit that email that just hit your inbox. But if you don't turn it off, it will only give you a snippet of your email. Yes, it will give you a snippet of your email rather. Okay, so it will make it like now imagine you receive a very long email and your workflow only picked 5 lines from your email. And it's an email that has 30 lines. It picked only 5 lines. Trust me, it's going to reply wrongly because it will not have the full context. Okay, so how do you fix that? you turn it off. Because simplify, I'm going to also show you here so that you see. Simplify simply means that it is showing you overview of your email, not detailed. Right? Now look at this. Just like you have in your now you first of all start seeing that everything you are doing here, even the app-based nodes and the core nodes, some of them are the same. Now look at this. This is exactly the same thing with shadow trigger. Okay? So this one means that if you pull every minute, you're going to pull every minute, and if you search through your inbox every minute, okay? If you want to make it every hour, every day, just like you do to your shadow trigger, if you want to add this every day, every quarter, you understand? You add all these ones, okay? Now, other things is this. The event is one message is received, standard, one message is received. Other things like add filters. If you want it to include spam and trash, you want it to include what is on draft, you want it to like do you want to choose certain level? For instance, do you want it to only pick email from the booking category or draft or chat, or do you want it to pick a specific label? For instance, if I take label here, if I take jobs, for instance, or if I take payment and jobs, if I pick only these two or one of them, okay? Now here, what it simply means is that it will only be picking emails that have been labeled jobs. But what about an inbox that does not have labels? Like email will come in, they don't belong to a certain label. What about a client or somebody that does not have those inbox labeled already? What do you do? What do you do with them? Do you understand? How do we treat them? That would mean instead of us going to filter for the label, we will now be the one to label them. So we are not going to use filter. We are not using filter, right? Then, so we are not going to use label. Okay. Then another thing you should look at is, do you want to search through red status, sender? Now, let's even say we want to search. Is it emails that has attachments that lets you only return messages matching specific query? All right. So you want it if you want just someone to say, okay, like he just gave you sample here has attachment. If you put it, it will only be picking emails that have attachment, right? Or you want the sender, a specific sender, you want it to pick from a specific sender only, right? Now, good. But now we don't want any of those things. We just want to make it broad. Let it pick every email that comes to inbox. So that's every email that comes to inbox. But another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to include spam and but if I include spam and trash, it will simply mean that I look at this. Whether to include messages from spam and trash in the result. Okay, so let me delete it because of the trash. All right. Now, red status, do you want it to be only on red emails or all of them? Okay. So let's use only on red emails. So we are not using any of the filter. Do you understand? And the simplify is on. Now, this simplify that is on, the simplify that is on, let me check something here. Let me tell it to draft. Okay, draft a 100-word email for inquiry into Optima Spark AI services. Let me make it 200 so that it will be long. All right, 200. 200 not too long. Okay, good. Look at it here. Now I copied it. I'm going to send myself this email. I'm going to send myself this email, right? So I paste this here. I paste this. Okay, I paste this. And here I'm going to copy let's copy the subject. And I will also paste the subject. Now, this is the test data, right? And that inbox is Chizima. All right, that is my test email. Then I send it. Now, as I'm sending, I have sent it. Let me go to that Chizima here and check when did it come in? When does 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 it come in? Yeah, good. Look at it. Inquiry about this. So I go here and I fetch test data. I go to my workflow, I fetch test data. Now look at this. Look at why I say do not use that. Can you see? Do not use, do not turn on simplify. This is just a snippet of the email. All right. There is no other place that it came out full. But when I turn this off, when I turn the snippet off, sorry, the simplify off, look at it, it will come fully. Can you see it? That the email has shown fully, has appeared as full email, and all these other unnecessary things will show, right? But then that is not an issue. So I will pin it first. Okay, I will pin it. Then what else do I need to add? Just like we all know, we have to add our edit field or segment to be able to extract those specific data that we need. The first data we need is, now look at this email body here. Look at this email. Mind you, it has label. Look at header. Look at header here. Look at the header. But there's something you need to look at from here. There's something you need to check. Delivered to, received from, blah 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 blah. All these things matter. Now look at this. This object that is from. Look at this object. To and from. Let me collapse this. To, from. Do you understand? That is where we need to. That is where you have to pick who sent it and you understand. So who is it? The subject. Sorry, to. Where did it go to? It came to me. This is where it was sent to. But who sent it? The email address of the person. That's it here. And the name. Then other things I need, very important, I need is the email body, this is the text, email subject. Do I need the date and time here? I can use it. If I need it, I can use it. Another thing that is very, 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 very important is the thread ID. Thread ID. Now, this inbox here, look at this inbox here. It is a thread, okay? The thread, it has a thread ID that makes every other response you give it to flow in. Just like here, look at here, 2. This is 5. This is 4. It means that there is a thread, is the thread ID that makes it to maintain whenever you reply to your email, it appears as one single email. It doesn't scatter. All right. So here, the thread ID. So I'm not going to rename all these things. So I'll sender email. I'll say sender name, okay, email body, email subject, date or timestamp, then here will be thread ID. Thread ID. Is there anything I need here? Is there anything I need here? Now, mind you, the subjects. Look at, do not make the mistake to copy this subject here. Look at the first subject you see. Now, the reason you should not copy this subject is because there is subject inside of it. So you'll be needing something like code name to split it. All right. The subject inside of it. So leave that one. Go to this one to copy it. All right. Now, when I execute, look at all the details I need. They have appeared: email, sender name, email body, and every other share. All right. Cool. Then the next thing I'm going to add, because this email now, where do we place it? Where do we place it? What is it? We don't know. We don't know yet. Our workflow doesn't know yet because it is not in a label. You understand? It is not in a label. So what do we now need? We need text classifier. Text classifier. Now this text classifier, we will use the text classifier to do what? To read and understand the email, sorry, to classify the email, right? So the email body, I want to classify the email body. You can also add the email subject if you want to, but okay. So now, look at the text classifier here. Look at it. I already explained it in the past classes. Okay, I explained it in the past classes already. And it's also powered by a model. So I'm going to use the Open Router chat model and select the correct one. What is the Open Router chat model? Okay, so here, I'm going to now classify this email, where it belongs to. So the first thing I will do, depending on what kind of emails I am expecting. Can you people hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, thank you. So according to the category we want, that is, now what I mean by category is this label here. I see I have booking, I have inquiries, I have jobs, I have. So imagine I'm expecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 types of emails. So I'm expecting 5 types of emails. How do I do? All right. I will go back now. Let me inquire it. Inquire it. Okay. Then I will come here and say emails asking about details or making inquiries into my services. Do you understand? Then another one I'll add is category. Let's say booking, or no, let's say personal. Let me just add only to personal. Emails regarding personal activities, including family and friends. Now, look at this. Look at what's going to happen. Now has to. So the more you keep adding, the more it keeps coming. Now, let me allow it to read. I've done this right now. It has read down my email and it has classified it as inquiry. Can you see? It has classified it as inquiry. But it even classified it as inquiry even without prompting it. Yes, even without prompting. Now, at your own time, always remember to prompt it. You add system prompt template, then put those categories. You put the categories you want and everything, right? But for now, let me leave it. Put the categories that you want, you prompt it. But the good thing is that you can see that I use AI to generate an email. I do not even read that email, but I just use AI to generate an email and now told these guys to classify it. Do you understand? I told it to classify it. Then the next thing is this. Since I have been able to classify it, I need to add label to it. That is the essence of this. I need to now add label to it. I need to add label. I need to Should I mark it as red? Should I not mark it as red? But first thing first, I need to add label to it. So I will add another Gmail and add label. Now, here is, I'll add label to thread. Okay, I'll add label to thread. I'm going to add label to the thread. Now, this is one of the reasons I needed the thread ID. So that if you know the particular email it is going to look for. So the thread ID, look at it here. I map it. Now, since it has classified this as inquiry, do you understand? Since it has classified this as inquiry, I will now come here and choose. Now, since I chose add labels, you see that the labels I have in my inbox have shown here. And I've mapped the label ID. Since I've mapped it, I will now come here to select the inquiry label. Look at it. Now, any label you put here is the label that is going to attach to it. So look at this. There is no label attached to it, right? There is no label attached to it in my post. Once I execute, label is going to come to. Yes. So let us see. Let me reload here. Label going to come to it. I mean, let me see why that happened. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to use label. But then, if I use label and create, I'm coming, let me check this. This is message label to thread. It's actually thread, and it's supposed to be add label. So why didn't it add the label? So assuming I did not copy um the right one. Let me do that again, and I execute. Okay. Does it refuse to label? Why? Now this is create. This is message, and message does not, and this is thread. So let me go on add label again. The thread ID. Sorry, if it's not it.
I think the credential.
No. Okay, let me check. No, it's is the correct credential. Look at it here. Okay. Just to be sure though. Just to be sure. But let me reload this page. Okay. Let me execute from there and see. That is really clear. So we're going to debug and see why this is happening. Okay, let me use another label to run it and see. Let me use another label. Doesn't want to pick. Their case is different today. Now, if you say create label means you are creating a fresh label. But here we already have a label. So why is it not? Probably it could be Gmail server or whatever. Right. But later we'll come back to it. So this is thread, and thread, when you add label to thread, it just simply means one thing. Or let me do this. Let me use ID. This ID instead. And I use booking. Execute. Let me see if there's going to be any change. There's still no change. That's quite amazing. That's amazing. But let's leave it. However, just take instance from this one. Take instance from this one. I don't know why it's not labeling today. I don't know why it's not labeling today, but just take instance from those ones. It's supposed to label and attach label to it. So let me map this thread ID here. I've also tried another label. It did not work. Okay. So here, I execute it again and see. Now, where I'm going to see, yeah, look at it here, which means it's labeled correctly. See, and look at it, the same email, labeled the same email, and it has kept on labeled and labeled. Right? It's labeled the email accurately. So the reason it's not showing up here, probably later on it will show. But let me check on phone app and see. It still didn't show on phone app. Okay, let's leave it. That will be an internal issue. That's not our problem anymore. Then, what I would next thing is, let me ask you, who is the last person that spoke? Kirian, you have a question?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
So what if since you're using, you said if you use label, you have to create, but I saw a get. What does the get do in that instance?
Get means to pull. Let's say, every use case, because so let's say you're building a workflow that pulls all your labels. You understand? Look at it. You're asking of this get. So if I use get here, look at what it does. Now it is on inbox. Label is inbox. It's already on inbox, so it will get where that particular one is. You understand? If you said get many is you pull all labels inside my inbox. Do you understand? So let's leave that. So, but here we want to add label instead. Want to add label, that's attach label to it, which is here. And the label we want to attach to it is inquiry. So the inquiries label, that's what we want to attach to it. But then it is not working. Look at this. It's actually not labeling. Maybe if you work later in your own free time as well, try it.
Okay, then lastly, if it does work, subsequently, will it automatically add mails that are, after checking and reading the mail and seeing that it's an inquiry mail, will it automatically add it, label it as inquiry?
Yes, that's why you're building the workflow now to automatically label. So every email that passes through here, it will label it automatically. So that's why we are adding this here to automatically label, automatically arrange your inbox. Not just to read and reply, but to also organize your inbox with the label. Okay, that's what I'm actually paying that it's not coming up. I think it's Google server. Okay, I think something like this has happened the last time. Like last time, so was it the last class that we had? We are trying to use spreadsheet, and spreadsheet of all people is telling us was telling me service not available. Service not available. Now those are the things about API fails, like API calls when API call fails and all those things, where you use error workflow and all that. Okay, but then let's move on. So here, another thing you have to determine: do you want to mark the email as a read email, or do you want to leave it unread? But then let me do something here. Let me delete this, reload, and add that again. Understand? Let me delete it, reload, add it again. If it doesn't work now, we know that okay, well, this is now a quarrel between N8N and Gmail. So I'm going to go to label, thread action, add label to thread. Add label to thread. All right. Here, I'm going to execute this. I'm going to execute this, and I'll put this thread ID here, and I'll select the thread I want it to, sorry, the label I want it to be, and then, oh, look at it. Finally, it appeared. Understand? So all those labels I used to test it, all of them have appeared now. So this was actually Google Server ID, because it's even now that the security alert email is coming. So it was Google Server issue, right? So what I'm going to do is I would remove, let me remove all these labels on it. Let me remove all these labels on it. I'm going to remove all these labels on it. You can see there's no label here, right? Let me execute it again. Inquiry. And let's say it comes. Look at the email here. Let's say it comes. Yeah, look at it. It has come now. Is that clear? Do we understand it now? So it has labeled this inquiry. So when I go to my inquiry label, look at this inquiry here, I will see that email. Look at it. I'll see it. So it has just simply organized it. Right? You simply just go to, let me delete this. All right. Then this is it here. Okay. If I now want to mark it as red, let me go here, and I don't want to mark it as red. Mark as on red, yeah. Now, if I want to mark it as red, look at it. If I want to mark it as red, now currently it is on red. If I want to mark it as red, what do I have to do? I'll add a Gmail node again to say thread actions, or message. Oh, is it thread action? Let me just add anyone. Then we'll go into the end. Okay. So here is another part where you have to add label to message. But no, I don't want that. So let me go to thread action. Operations is sorry, message. Operation is mark as read. Yeah, mark as read. Now I'm going to mark the ID. I'm going to mark the ID of that message. Either I mark it from here or I mark it from here. Do you understand? But let me mark it from the closest. So this thread ID. Now look at this email. It's showing that I have not read it. So when I execute this now, to show that it has been read. Now let me reload. You can see it is showing that it has been read. Okay, but then it is still stored in the inquiry. It's still stored in the inquiry, right? So that is it. So you will choose, do you want to put this or do you not want to put it? Okay. Then I can come here. I can come here and add another edit field, right? But let me leave this for now. Let me remove this. I don't want to use it. Oh no, let me leave it. If I remove it now and tell you to go and add it. Oh no, let me remove it. Then I'll tell you to add it in your own. That's the assignment. I like breaking your head. Then another thing I'll have to add is the AI agent. That same AI agent, and that thing I did that time, I'm going to repeat it here. The AI agent. Sure, understand the AI agent. I'm going to add the AI agent, and I'll tell it to define below. But now this time around, I am going to pick data from here. However, you can decide where to place. Do you want to place this email here between them, or do you want to place it after it? Anywhere you want to place it, right? So here, I'm going to add, let me just duplicate this. I'm going to add the chat here. Okay. Then, what do I need you to do? Just want you to read. I just want you to read. So I'm going to open it and say, you are an email, or you are an executive assistant or email assistant, an email assistant. Your just the same thing I told that one, right? You are to read, digest, and understand the customer's needs. Ensure to speak directly to their needs while assuring them of quality services. Okay, services. All right. Then here I'm going to now say, remember that your prompts can be better. You can make your prompt better. All right. Here I'm going to now say here customer name from that text classifier, customer name, customer, okay, so email subject, email body, all right. You are to read all incoming emails. Okay, good. And let me say, um, incoming email information. Incoming email information. I can use this here to give it a markdown. Then I'll go here and say instructions. One, you are to strictly output only subject and email body, no explanation. Now, it's always good to say no explanation because sometimes your AI can give explanation. So, can give explanation, start explaining nonsense. Okay, I have received this. Here is your email. Just like you ChatGPT will tell you, this is the email. Do you want me to? It will not add all those nonsense. So you have to tell it, do not explain. No explanation. I've seen that one by myself with my two naked eyes. Has happened to me. No explanations. Number two, you are to strictly use the knowledge base below. But use knowledge base below. Never hallucinate, assume, or manufacture any information not contained in the knowledge base. However, there's something I'm going to do here. I'm not going to use the regular knowledge base. I'm going to use the knowledge base tool. So what do I do? I'll put it. And this is to introduce, I want to gradually introduce the ideology of the RAG system to you. Knowledge base tool. Okay. Then, now if your knowledge base is not much, you can actually put it here, inside here. Okay. Then, I'm going to now, if you want it to, okay, then closing, number 3, ensure to always close all emails with, ensure to always close all emails with warm regards, and that both key AI automation. If you want to add other details, you can add other details, all right? I've shown you how to use the HTML. Okay, fine. Let me just copy then number 4, ensure or strictly use the HTML below for all email outputs. For HTML below for all email outputs. Do you understand? Now, HTML is very important when you want to protect company brand. Right, then I'll say HTML. Now that HTML I did that time, let me just copy it roughly and put. Let me just copy it roughly and put, right? Because it's reusable. The HTML is reusable. Okay, now HTML structure. If you use the HTML structure, let me copy this and just paste. Okay. Now, if I execute it, it's going to write a very good response to that email. But mind you, something will still be missing, which is subject and email, right? Look at it. Now this is the HTML. Look at the body. Dear social person. Okay, thank you for reaching out. Blah 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 blah. Okay, now subject. Where is the subject? Where did you give us subject? Okay. Response to inquiry about ultimate X services. That's where the subject is. Okay. But then it combined everything as one. So how do I turn on required output parser? I'm going to turn on require specific output format so that you will always have what we need to be outputted. You understand? You can give it an extra thing to always output, which is you can give it to output an advice to you. Do you understand? As the business owner, should it output an advice to you or things like that? Should we do that? Should we add that? I want to hear someone's voice. Should we add that? Make it to give the business owner an advice. Yes or no? I can't. If you're writing, I can't see what you're writing.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So in this prompt, we are now going to add this. Consider to use knowledge. Okay, you are to output strictly output. You are strictly to output. Here, I'm going to now say like this. Subjects. Female body. Advice to business owner based on customers inquiry. Based on customer inquiry. But I'll always so here, because of this, I'm going to rephrase this, but do not explain. Okay. Okay, so here, then ensure to always those are you're strictly to use the knowledge base. It's usually used for all email body. For all email body. You understand? Yeah. So here, if I do this, what is going to come here? It's actually going to model everything up. To model everything up, I can see it's taking more time. Let's look at the subject comprehension and blah 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 blah. And where is the advice? Advice to business owner. Prioritize scheduling a discovery call with the Mr. Thoroughly understand the specific blah 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 blah. Emphasis emphasize estimate of adaptability solution. So it has appliced the advice, right? But everything came in as one. So how do I separate all those things? I will use the structure output parser or I use the code node to do it. The code node is going to be quite a little bit, you know how that works, right? It's going to be quite a little bit, you know how that works? So here, I'm going to, just like I did, I'm going to clean this. Now, since I'm not interested in knowing how to code, I'll just copy this and go down and paste this. You understand? And I'll clean this comma here and clean one of this. You understand? So that no red dot will be showing here. Even if red dot is showing and it's giving you issue, just copy it and go to AI to correct it for you. So here I'm going to say subject. That's it I want you to approve, right? I'll come back here and then I'll go here and say subject again. subject. You understand? Here again, I will say email body. Then I'll come here and say email body. Then here, I will now say advice. Advice to business owner. All right. And I'll come back again and say again, advice to business owner. You understand? So when I now execute it, you see that they will appear on different outputs. They will now appear as different outputs. Okay. But there's something I haven't used. I have not given it a knowledge base yet. I have not given it knowledge base yet. So I'm going to give it an attached knowledge base. This is where I'm going to start introducing you now to external knowledge base. Okay, it's taking some time. Yeah, it has done. So look at it. This is the subject. This is the advice to business owner. I see how it has split and separated them. The subject. So the advice to business owner, it says engage with Chibueze to promptly to provide detailed information about the AI automation, blah 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 blah, and blah 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 blah. Okay. It has done all those. Have you? Then here I can add my set node. I add my set node to just do what? Put the things I need, put this here, and I put this here, advice to business owner. Then I pick, if you want to store it in spreadsheet, maybe this advice, you want to store it in spreadsheet is also good. Okay, then I put the email address and the thread ID. I need to put them in case I need them in front. You understand? If I should need them in front, I need to put them. You understand? So the next thing I now have to do is, but then I haven't done a knowledge base. So let me show you one of the ways to do knowledge base, but it is the most expensive way to do knowledge base, and I'm going to tell you why. So knowledge base, and I'm now going to use it to show you, to demonstrate to you about pulling data from somewhere, all right? Even your spreadsheet or anywhere, if you want to pull data from, maybe if you want to do, for people into data analysis, you want to start pulling data from spreadsheet in this same way, right? So here, I'm going to tell this AI here to give me mock data for Ultima Spark AI services. Ultima Spark AI automation services. All right, services. And I'll just tell it to list. This is not part of the class, so I'm just generating my mock data. So I'll tell it list 5 or list 10 different automation services. That is not what I have to do now. Can you see? Why are you giving me Jefferson data of the services? Did I tell you to give me Jefferson data? No, I did not say that. Very okay. Ready to copy plain text. Okay, so this is it. All right, so I'll go to somewhere like I'll go to document. Although this one you don't do it well. Let me tell you. Business information. So I'll just make it, I'll just copy everything one. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, good. This sounds good. But now this is how this is going to be. Okay, so I go here, as it's still loading. I add a new document. To this. This is 2 pages, right? And these 2 pages is going to be very much expensive to run. And this is new document, right? Then I'm going to name it Optimal Spark Automation AI Automation Service, right? This is it. Okay. Now, also this applies to your AI agent, your chat agents, how you feed it data. All right. Now, here, look at, I've shown you where this info from here, from this slash to this other slash is your document ID. So I will copy this document ID and go to my N8N. I'll add a tool and add doc, which is Google Doc 2. Do you understand? Google Doc 2. Now I will use here and say, use this tool for all, or use this tool, or call this tool. Always call this tool for all information about Optimal Spark. So let's say it's about Optimal Spark and let's call this tool Optimal Spark. Then here is not going to be create, there will be get. Get is pull. So either use the document URL or the document ID, right? Now, when I turn on simplify, just like the other one, simplify is going to give half data from that document. So I'll turn off simplify and I will use this to pull it, right? To pull everything in that document, okay? But now, look at something very important here. See how many tokens is going to burn to pull that data. A whole lot of tokens. Do you understand? It's going to burn a whole lot of tokens. For now, it burns 6,900 tokens. But look at, let me process this. Let me go into here and assign it to call. Because I've added a tool, I'm now going to assign it a tool to call. You understand? So now assign tool. Okay, I would say 1 Google Doc tool. Call, always call this tool for all customer inquiries. Let me just leave it like this. You understand? So let me execute this workflow now. Let's see if it is going to call this tool. Yeah, it has called the tool, right? That's called it. So let's see. Okay. Let's check how many tokens it burns. 6,900, which is actually fair for this. But I want to check the tool call. I want to check the tool call is it here. I want to check the tool call is it. I want to actually check the tool call. Okay. Okay. So use 6,900 here. Then let's check the output it gave. The email output. Now you can now edit your prompt to tell it more things to do, right? I can also add a theme tool and all that. So here it has successfully called my knowledge base. Okay. So the knowledge base now, I'm going to give it here. Where did I tell you that knowledge base? Knowledge base to ensure the okay to use knowledge base to. Okay, so I'm going to now rename this to knowledge base to knowledge base to. Do you understand? I'm renaming this to knowledge base to. Okay. And I execute this again. And you can see that it will on its own run on what it wants to run on. It means that whenever an email comes, it gives the email, before it writes the email, before it writes draft an email response, it's going to read this knowledge base just like it ticks good, so it works fine. All right, so let's also check consumption 6,800, which is fair. All right, but if you're using RAG system, it will be a lot cheaper. All right, so here I'm going to use Gmail here to respond. Now, reply to message. You can choose to reply to the message or create a draft. But for now, let us say reply to me. Now you can see that reply to message does not have to. It does not have where you put email address. You understand? It doesn't have where you put email address. It has where you put message ID. So the message ID is this thread ID. I'll put it here. Then the email body, I will put it here. Then in case you have a spreadsheet where you want to store this ad file, or let me say I want to, okay, I'm going to create another email node so that it will give me that ad file. Let me create another email node as a business owner. Let me give me that ad file. Do you understand? Or let me leave it. But then that's just an advert. You can also make this to create tickets. Okay, but the best thing is to store that advice in a spreadsheet. So just store it in a spreadsheet. You understand? So let me fire this here. So fire this email. Then I'll go to my inbox to check. Let me go to my inbox to check. Yes. So look at it. Yeah. So now you can see that because of that thread ID, it has replied under this message. If you mistakenly use if you mistakenly use send message, it will send it as a fresh message. If you use send message, it will send it as a fresh message. It will not come as a response to it. You understand? But because I'm using reply, and by reply, you have thread ID to use. So it came under the original message I sent. Look at the original message I sent. Then it has replied to me, right? So, dear social person, thank you for your interest in Optimus Pathway. We specialize in helping businesses streamline operations, reduce manual workflows, scale efficiency through cutting-edge artificial intelligence solutions. Our expertise lies in integrating blah, 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 blah. Our core services include. So let us now check, did we write it correctly or not? Number one, AI automation. Let's check the document. Let's check that document. Number one, AI automation. Number two, workflow automation. Number two, workflow automation. Number three, AI-powered lead generation system. Where is the document? AI-powered lead generation system, okay. Email or communication automation, CRM integration. Email communication, CRM integration. So it is actually correct. We primarily support startups, SME, e-commerce brands, financial service providers, and digital service agencies across multiple industries. Our solutions are designed to deliver measurable outcomes and scalable architecture aligned with your business goals. Regarding the implementation process, timelines and pricing, we tailor each project especially to your business needs. We will be happy to arrange a brief conversation call, blah, blah, blah. Then here I said, schedule a conversation call. It means reply, you understand? But then do not just leave this place empty. I left this one empty. That's why it's just did whatever is on its mind. Now you can see that it has given me an email that does not exist. So it has hallucinated. Oh, sorry, it did not hallucinate actually. But look at what happened. It did not hallucinate. It took this email address from here. It took the email address and took the website. But it's a mock data. It's not an actual email address. So I think I put actual email address. It could have used that. Do you understand? So it is actually right. The AI agent was right to do this. So once you just click here, you send a message. Do you understand? So how about the situation? Now look at this. Let me go back to the inbox here. Look at this. Look at it. You see that it has replied, organized the email, it has read the email, replied, and organized, or they organize and reply. Okay? If I want you to just create a draft without responding, you can also do it. If you want to create a draft without responding, you can do it by changing this. Instead of saying reply, you change it to what? Here will now be resource will now be draft. Resource will now be draft. Then operation will be create a draft. Subject, the original email subject. Sorry, you are going to pick the original email subject. I did not. So I'm going to pick it from the first classifier. Subject, original email subject. That's what we're going to pick as the subject, so that it will follow that same email thread. And then, now since this is draft, okay, since this is a draft, what we are going to do here is add option, thread ID, very important. You must put the thread ID. So I come here, keep this thread ID and put. Another thing I have to put is to email. Where am I sending it to? The sender email address. This is when you want to reply. So when you want to create a draft, I'll add another option. So this send replies to, this send replies to is when you send an email, you want the person, so that when the person replies, it will go to another inbox. It will not come to that particular one. Then you put it. Right? But it's very important to put these two things here. Now, when I execute this step, look at what is going to happen to that email. It will automatically create a draft here. Can you see? It has created a draft, and look at the draft. Look at the draft. So I will now read this draft. Is it okay? If it is okay, I will say okay. It is okay. If it is not okay, I will delete it and do what? Change what I want to change. But let's assume it is okay. We'll just hit on send. But you can see the most important thing is it came under that email. However, now see this. This is HTML. It's not good to do it as a draft actually, because see what's going to happen here. You see? So always do plain text as draft. Do plain text as draft, not HTML. You understand? So, okay, sorry. It was my error, sorry. So I'm going to put this HTML here, sorry. And this thing here, this is not going to show, it's not going to appear again. I don't know if it's just my email. It's going to show for, but okay, thank God it showed. Yeah. So the HTML actually appeared correctly, and you can now edit where you want to edit. So thank God it showed. Before now, my emails, when I run draft and run draft again, the next draft will not show. So you can edit here. The error was me, sorry, not this thing. I can edit here, change anything you want to change. If you want to change this, to change it to anything you want to change it, right? Anything you want to change here, you can. Do you want to change automation or anything? Do you understand? Then is it okay? You read it, is it okay? If it's not okay, now this is a draft. Is it okay? If it's okay, you send. If it's not okay, you ignore. Right, so this is it. You either create it as a draft, depending on the requirement you want. So let me now check the draft and see how that's going to come in. Yeah, look at it. Here, the response has come in. Right? So that is it. So thank you very much, everybody, for being patient enough for us to do this. So your assignment, Kirian, Victor, who is the right assignment for us? Okay, this time around, Victor, right for us. Your assignment will now be to complete, use any other scenario. Is it personal? Is it payment? Is it customer service? Anything you want to use it to build 2 more lines. I need 2 more lines. Yeah. 2 more lines. This is line 1. Line 1, I've done line 1. I need you to do line 2 and line 3 and complete it all. Do you understand? That is the assignment. And I hope you're all happy to receive that very simple assignment, because it's actually very, very simple. It's not difficult. Right, so I'll be taking questions now, and we'll call it today at 4. I don't like how everywhere is quiet, shall we?
I have a question. Please, is it possible for you to walk us through these notes, just a quick one, so that we have a comprehensive view?
Which note?
I mean, the workflow you just did. If you can give us, like a walkthrough, so that we have everything, like, like a replay, so to speak.
Okay, I'll do that. So this is how it appeared on phone. That's how it appeared on phone. So it's very readable on phone. I use Nancy's best color, that is red. This is how it appeared on phone. It's very much readable. All right. Okay. So a quick walkthrough is this. First of all, I have to add the Gmail trigger. I've added a poll time of 1 minute, or depending on how many minutes or how many hours or days you want. Gmail trigger to pull through the inbox, to read the inbox. So if you don't have any message in the inbox, you can send a test. Oh, in fact, you get to send test email to yourself. You can send from one email to yourself, right? That is 1. Then 2, you use this, which you already know what this is for. You use it to mark those data that you need, that you're going to work with, okay? Then the text classifier, you use the text classifier to read that email and classify it according to the category. Is it inquiry? Is it personal email? Is it payment email? Is it, you understand? So any kind of business you run, at all, text classify it, you understand? Then you give each category, you need a description. But the email asking about details or making inquiries into my services. Can see? All right. Then here, we use this to add label. The email will come in, but there will not be label added to it. But we need every email to have a label so that they'll be easily organized. So use it to add label. Okay. Then here, we use this one, this Ogababa, use it to write the email. Now, writing this email here using the AI agent, okay, you need to have a knowledge base. So the knowledge base, you will have knowledge base from either spreadsheet or Google document. So use your own, anyone you want. If you want it to get data from spreadsheet or you want it to get data from Google Doc, anyone you want is okay. All right. Then the structure output parser is what separates each of the outputs. If not, everything is going to come out as one. So that structure output parser, this structure output parser is what separates each of the outputs Subject will appear differently, email body will appear differently, then advert will appear differently. Okay, then you use this edit field to also map out the detail that you need from there. Then you create a draft or reply, depending on whichever one you want to do. If you want to review the message AI has written before sending, then you use draft. But if you don't want to review, if you want it to just reply immediately, then you use reply. Understand? Whichever one you want, you use. Okay. So now the assignment now says add 2 more lines here, add 2 more outputs to this text transfer to make it 3 outputs. So is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes, sir. So when are we submitting it?
Tomorrow. We're submitting tomorrow. Always before the next class. So that your Easter food that you ate will dry up a little. I know by now your tooth is too big, so it should compress. You've eaten a lot of meat from enjoyment. Okay, any other questions, please? You papaya to papaya. What happened? You papaya to what happened? Okay. If there are no more questions, I'll stop sharing.
Mr. Chibeze, do you know what? The thing is that we cannot really comprehend. We just want you to end the class. We'll go back to the video and understand more. But like this now, you will get questions maybe next class. But like this now, I cannot ask for me. I cannot ask any question.
So,
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough.
Sachiko, I think my question is, I don't know if it's out of this context, but this, I will still ask. This instance we are doing is for a single user, or I don't understand it can be applied on a shared mail, like maybe a customer service mail or a mail that is used by majority of persons. But what if we were to apply this on like 10 different users? Are we going to duplicate these our flow for each user, or there is a way we can actually integrate 10 users at a time?
So those 10 different users, those 10 different users, are they using the same inbox or they're using different inbox?
No, they are using different emails entirely. Different emails entirely.
So it should be different workflows. You can make one workflow and tailor it down to different people, like have different, because their triggers need to catch different. Even if you say let them, even if you say triggers to catch, even if you say okay, let's say 10 people, you now use 10 email triggers. I'm not assuring you that you're going to run successfully, especially those triggers. You understand? So it's best to use one workflow for each, but then you can use one knowledge base. A knowledge base is reusable, even on 100 people, it's reusable. All you just need to do is plug it in. The document is there, or the database is there. All you just need is use something to plug it in. You understand?
Okay,
and besides,
that's fine.
It's actually very good to use differently, because the response of a AI to you might not be the case to the next person.
Okay.
Okay, another question. Fatima Kasim, how are you again? Let me see if your voice has improved or reduced more.
Also, one more thing, please. You mentioned, because I think I missed a lot during the beginning of the lecture. I was on transit, so I came late. Actually, I just joined and I was trying to catch up with whatever I could listen to. About the knowledge base, I think I missed something about that. I got it when you said we can get an external knowledge base like the one you showed us now. But is there an internal one that exists in N8N?
Yeah, the internal knowledge base I talked about is the one I've shown you guys how to put it inside the prompt. That's what I mean by internal knowledge base. Like if it's something that's not much, a very brief
Okay,
something, you can just put it inside the prompt.
okay, that's
Mm.
perfect.
You just copy it and paste it into the prompt and write it their knowledge base. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay. It seems everybody understood what was done today.